Happy birthday! That's right. Why did I say it, you may ask? Well, today is my birthday! Greetings, all you Storming the Castle fans. Welcome to another exciting episode. Now, when we last left off, we were ciphering through some clues in order to piece together what we have as a suspect. So you'll be happy to know that we finally have a suspect, ladies and gentlemen. So now we're just gonna click play and get right started, shall we? Alright, when we last left off, we were trying to piece together this hard drive, which apparently is very hard. Which, if you're someone who's into fixing computers, then this is right up your alley. If not, then just follow the walkthrough I'll post in the. Just follow any other walkthrough of this game. Alright, so let's just see. Looks like we arranged the numbers from smallest decimal point to the largest decimal point. Set pin covers XA. Here we go, pin cover settings. Alright, so it's only one. Yeah, if you're, like I said, if you're into this computer, if you're into computers, ladies and gentlemen, then you'll know how to work this. Aside from that, it's kind of hard to read. Yeah, I mean, it's a cipher, really. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, since it's obviously going nowhere, we're just going to click our handy-dandy hints, and we'll skip right on to the next part, shall we? And thus, the hard drive has been successfully, quote, successfully completed. Oh, and it appears we found an important item. A computer CD. Oh, what's that sound? Oh, it's our phone. It's the sound of our phone. We should probably answer that, right? Of course we will. Alright, it's Lainey. She says, whenever you two have a chance, you should come down to the lab to look at Mr. Hughes. I finished my initial inspection of the victim, and now I'm just waiting to start a full autopsy. Beckett says, we'll be right down. We just found a CD in Vernon's computer, and it appears to have some fingerprint marks on it. Lainey says, bring it with you to the lab and we'll run the prints to the database. Alright, so now we're just going to click our handy-dandy map and go right over to the lab. Alright, we haven't, the old lab. We haven't been here since episode 1. Season 1, episode 1. And or 2 for that matter. Alright, let's just walk inside. Here we go. What do you have for us, Lainey? She says, another victim and another series of injuries made post-mortem. But before we look at Mr. Hughes, let's analyze those fingerprints you found. Beckett says, yes, we found a CD with a clear set of prints on it. Lainey says, I see. Take the CD to the microscope over there and dust it for prints. Transfer the dusted print onto a slide and then place it under a microscope. The laptop program will be able to analyze the fingerprint. Castle says, we're on it. I'm excited that we get to play with the lab equipment again. Alright, so all we gotta do is just go over and dust the CD for fingerprints. Now let's see, we're just gonna click our hints. We go over to the chair. He says, hey Lainey, do you mind if we borrow these 4 stamps? I think they could come in handy during our investigation. Lainey says, sure, no problem. We always have an extra pair lying around. So it looks like we have an important item in our investigation. Forceps. Interesting. Right, so now all we have to do is just find out and figure out a way to... here we are. Dusting for fingerprints. So we're just going to put CD over here. Of course, we can use... looks like we found an important item. A fingerprint brush. And it says, this is a jar of fingerprint powder. A brush will be needed to apply to an item. So we're just going to use our fingerprint brush. And looks like we found some fingerprint tape. Of course. We could use the finger... We're getting nowhere with this, ladies and gentlemen, so... Alright, all we're just going to do is... it says, a copy of the fingerprint used to just use the fingerprint. We use the tape, and it appears we found an important item, a fingerprint. Interesting. So now, all we have to do is just use this. We just have to figure out a way to transfer the fingerprint underneath the slide scope, the microscope. A prepared microscope slide will be needed to be placed underneath the microscope lens. So we're just going to click on the handy hints and use the fingerprint tape over to the slide. And here we have created the prepared slide. So now all we have to do is just stick the prepared slide underneath the microscope. And now we can click on the computer that says Start Analysis to begin. Castle says, there, that did it. How long till we get the results? Beckett says, it could take a while. It could be a while. We should continue with the rest of our investigation. Lainey will let us know when the results are in. Alright, so we just gotta click on our handy dandy map, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll go over to Dodson's apartment. We'll just go inside here. Jewelry box. Let's see. Wait a minute. I think I might know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The hard one. I can't fit my fingers through the cracks in the floorboard. But I know what can. The forceps we got from the lab. Aha! And lo, we have found a heart jewel. This will be coming handy. So all we gotta do is just go into the jewelry box and place this into the heart-shaped block. Now we can open it up. Aha! Looks like we found Dodson's phone. This is a very important item in our case, ladies and gentlemen. The battery seems to be dead, but we can use this to charge up the phone, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, I think there's been a new development in our case, and I know just where we can go. We can just walk outside here and walk right into the kitchen. And then we can just go up and place the phone into the charger. Looks like the phone is charged. And it appears it was left off on one of those famous bubble popper games that everybody just seems to be hitting the cell phone world nowadays. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just basically just pop all this just like you would like in Candy Crush, ladies and gentlemen. Get rid of all the colors. We'll just put on the puzzle. Remove all the colored balls. So, looking at a ball, we remove all the colors. Remove all the 2 balls. You only get 10 moves, so playing your strategy wisely. If you get stuck, you click the reset button to start again. Okay. That's strategically so we can get all the silver, all the balls out of the way, so that way we don't come down. Obviously know how to play this game. But however, there is a catch with this one. You have to plan it strategically, otherwise you only get 10 moves and you have to plan it strategically. Out of time for this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for congratulate everybody who's come. And we're just about out of time for this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And remember, if you have any questions or concerns or comments for me, or even Storming the Castle series, be sure to look me up on Google Plus for more information, and be sure to leave all your comments and designated below. I'd like to thank you everybody for joining me for a very special birthday edition of Storming the Castle, and hope to see you again tomorrow or next time.